Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of our platform series on Unity2D. So today we're going to make a very simple spike that kills a player. Now I can do multiple things in one video, but I'm going to do a video for each individual thing so people can choose whether they want it in there or not. But right here at the start, we're going to make two little changes. We're going to take the retry button and we're going to tick this little box. All this does is, now it's not active by default, but you already know if you jump out, it'll get set active. That's just to make this a little more easy. You can just leave it how it is, but I don't like seeing the retry constantly. We're going to change that. Double click your main camera to come back here. In your script, we're going to change one little thing here because it can get really tedious to change this every time. I just wanted it like this to make it really simple for beginners, but we're just going to change it slightly. Still very simple. We're going to do scene manager, the load scene, exact same so far, and then scene manager dot get active scene dot build index. Now all this does is it gets the active scene, which is level 1. So now it's infinitely scalable. If you make 50 levels, it'll always only retry on the screen it's on. So as you can see, if you press play and we jump out, blop, it still works. Beautiful. Now let's make something that kills a player. I'm calling it a spike because that is what it is in platformers like these. And it's going to be very simple. It's just going to be a red square, but just picture if you ever make sprites and stuff. We'll get into that really later on, but we will. Let's just call it spike. And in this prefabs, we're actually going to make a folder. Call it traps. You can call it whatever you want. Player, killer, damaging things, whatever. Let's make it red. Again, I know nothing in this is pretty. And again, this is all just very simple tutorials. We'll get into the pretty stuff. I'll even draw some assets and put them up for free so people can use. Or you can just go into the Unity store and get yourself some assets. I'll show how to do that as well. We're going to give it a box collider 2D. We're going to leave it as a physical thing. We can change it to a trigger, but for now let's leave it physical. And let's make it a little bit smaller just to make it easier for the player to dodge or whatever, just to avoid it. You always want to be more generous to the player than the game. Even if you're making a hard game, do not make it too stupid, like impossible. Now, put the spike wherever, and in the sorting layer, we're actually going to make some sorting layers. So this is just the order in which things are shown on your screen. So let's start with the ground. Let's make a sorting layer. The one that's at the very back will be background, obviously. But for now, that's just the camera's default color, so we don't even have to put anything in there. We'll do ground. And then we will do change ground to terrain. Because, obviously there's going to be walls and stuff. And then next, let's do entities. Gorgeous. Very simple. We're just going to leave it as this. And then spike is in entities. Player is in entities. And then ground is on ground. So, terrain. So now as you can see, if I take the spike, move it up, it's in front of the ground. As you can see at the left. Very nice. Now, even if I change this to -10, it's very behind, it's still going to be above ground. This is just to sort things out. Let's just zoom in a little bit and get the perfect position. Let's just say right there, it's not too perfect, but again, we're going to change sprites, everything will be pretty in the end and precise. This is just to get it done. Alright, scripts. Make a new folder, call it the same as whatever you called the prefabs, traps, and let's say spike. Now, we are actually gonna delete this. We don't need this. Actually, keep the folder, but delete the script. Sorry, we don't need the script. Just realize we're doing this as simple as possible. Don't need anything complicated. Now, on your spike, add tag, traps. No, just call this spike. On your spike, called spike. Now on your player stats, just go back into your editor, go to player stats. Now, on collision, enter 2D. Also, you can change this, the COL, to whatever you want, but I just leave it as default to make it easy. If col.collider.compare tag spike. Oh, strange, it doesn't pick up spike. Let me just double check that I actually put the spike tag on the spike. Okay, yes, it is there. Now, exact same thing. Destroy game object. That simple. So now, if we go back into Unity, if we touch the spike, we will die. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll be embarrassed. Boop. Oh, retry. Now, I also see one little thing I forgot, and that is in the player, the eyeball should be on entities layer. There we go. So now the eyeball is on the same layer. So there you guys go. Now you have a very simple spike. You jump on it, boop, retry. Now we take the spike, drag it into our prefabs. Now you'll see it goes all blue and stuff. Whenever you make a change, so you make that one, woohoo, he's thick now. Overrides, apply all. They'll just make the prefab is the exact same. But one thing really nice you can do is, let's say I control D, there's two spikes, put the other one there. If I go into the prefab, right here, and I change this to 1, press enter. Now, it doesn't work as it should. Oh, wait, no, sorry. But yeah, no, should leave it as it is. All this is whenever we go into other scenes or whatever, or you don't have to control D, copy, paste, copy. Now you can just drag in a spike. There's just a good spike. Very simple, very simple. If I ever go into another scene, which we'll do in future, there'll be another spike. For now, let's get rid of it. Your spike is still there. It's in your prefabs. If you want it, you just drag it in. There it is. It'll still work. All right, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember the little correction at the start to do that with the loading scene and stuff. And I'll see you guys soon with another tutorial on another trap. See ya.